welcome back to the channel. It's time I did a video on this one. This is one of the rifles I will never ever let go. But it's just a muzzle loader. But to me it's so much more than that. I don't shoot it a whole lot because it is kind of bittersweet to shoot. It's a nice gun, it's fun. But this is the muzzle loader that belonged to my brother. I got it when he passed away a couple years ago. If you didn't know that, I think I've only mentioned it in maybe a couple videos. But this was his deer hunting gun. He took a few with it. Now me personally, I'm not a hunter. I've never hunted before, have no desire to go hunting. So I would probably never really just go buy one of these. I do plan to get a muzzle loader eventually. But it'll probably be like the, the classic Woodstock, kind of Davy Crockett kind of muzzle loader. But this one here is very, very special to me. It is the most precious gun I own because it belonged to my brother. Now, where he worked, he had a few celebrities, I guess you could say, local celebrities that would come in and get some work done on their cars. And if you see the autographs here on the stock, it's signed by Mark and Jeff from the TV show Moonshiners. They would come into where he works occasionally, and he brought this in one day and had them sign the stock. So that's another reason I don't shoot it a whole lot. I don't want to mess that up. But he knew those guys personally, and they were cool enough to sign this gun for him. So since he passed a couple years ago, I've probably put maybe 15 or 20 rounds through it, just playing around. But even at just these short distances here, it's very, very accurate with just standard ball ammo. And I'm not talking about full metal jacket. This is actual round 50 caliber lead balls. So we're going to put a few through here this morning. And what this is, it's a Knott muzzle loader. I think they sell these at Walmart, Gander Mountain, most places you can buy hunting supplies. But it's a nice little muzzle loader. He had a scope on it, but I took it off because it really needed a cheek riser to kind of hold a chin weld on it to effectively shoot it with the scope. And I didn't want to mess the scope up, so I took it off. But it does just have the fiber optic sights. Very nice sights, by the way. It's got orange here and green up here. So let's go through the loading procedures and take a few shots. And one note of safety. Anytime you're dealing with black powder, you don't want to be smoking around it. So I'm going to set this over here. Now the ammo we're using is just Hornady black powder 50 caliber round lead balls. And we're just using some Power Decks here. RS, it's a 2F equivalent. Like I said, I do want to get another muzzle loader. I'll probably have two eventually. I'd like to get a pistol, like the old Woodstock kind of single shot 50 caliber pistol, and a rifle. I've looked at several different models, and Traditions makes a nice one, but I don't know if I want to go that route. I forget the name of the company that makes the one I do want to get. But when I think about it, when I'm editing, I'll put it right here. We're going to use 80 grains of basically 2F. I'll load it up here. And one other person has kind of inspired me to pursue muzzle loading and learn how to shoot it in black powder is Kevin from Iraq Veteran 8888. Now I believe he watches my videos, so Kevin, if I mess up on any of this, don't be too harsh, but I think I've got the procedure down pretty good. So first thing we're going to do, pour this down the end of the barrel. So we got 80 grains of 2F in there. And then we're going to take some patches, and these are Traditions brand already lubed patches, come 100 to a pack. And these are very easy to work with. And one other thing about muzzle loaders, you'll want to make sure you wash your hands afterwards because they are very dirty. You're dealing with lead balls. And like Hickok has mentioned in some of his black powder videos before, another fun thing about muzzle loaders is that you're dealing with a lot of interesting named stuff. You got balls, you got your ramrod. I'm sure there's other things, but can't think of them at the moment. Make sure you got it seated firmly. Take your rod out, your ramrod, and with this one, it uses shotgun primers. It's kind of a thing proprietary to Savage, or what is this? Not muzzle loaders. It's not a Savage. I don't know if Savage makes muzzle loaders, but you use these disc things here. It's called a disc system. So you take your primer, just put it in there. If you're out hunting, you can have a few of these prepared so it's slightly quicker to reload. So we're going to put our ears on now. Those muzzle loaders are loud. They're not supersonic generally, but they are loud. So you just open the bolt, take your primer there, put it in, close the bolt, and hopefully, I think I've done everything correctly. We will see if it shoots. Last time I shot this, I cleaned it really well, cleaned out the channel, everything where the fire comes through. We'll see how it does. All right, once again, shooting at about 15 yards. Got a paper target set up down here. If everything goes as planned, you see a huge puff of smoke here. Let's see. There we go. See how accurate I was. And like I said, with muzzle loaders and black powder, you got some fun words to play with here. This is called a nipple pick. Although this gun does not have a nipple, it's got a little wire that comes out through there and cleans out the fire channel. So I just like to run it in there after each round, kind of clear it out for the next. So you stick it in there, push the wire through. You should have a clear channel for the next round. And you don't want to shoot muzzle loaders in quick succession, really. Not that you could, but you want to let any fire that's done in there kind of die out, because you don't want to go pouring big load of black powder in when there's hot embers in the barrel. So let's let that cool off, take a walk down here and see where we hit. Now I wasn't aiming particularly hard or anything like that, anything trying to hit super precise, but I was aiming for this one, and you can see went through there, kind of messed up the paper when I came through here. So it has a little more punch than the 223 that I've been shooting. And you can see through the woods there. On a calm day when there's not much wind, the smoke tends to kind of hang around. And that was just one shot. I couldn't imagine what it was like on the battlefields back in the day before smokeless powder, when you had hundreds of thousands of these things going off and cannons. It's a wonder anybody ever got shot. I guess it was kind of one of those spray and pray sort of deals. So I believe it's cooled down enough here. Let's load up another round and try again. And one thing you got to be careful with muzzle loaders. This one, not so bad because it's got a breech plug in the back. But you don't want to put your ball in before you put the powder in. It won't shoot very well without that. Trust me. This is just fun. So I really hate that I never got the opportunity to shoot this gun with my brother. We never really got to shoot much at all. So I was really getting into guns and starting to collect a few and doing YouTube right before he passed. But I know he would have loved coming out here and doing this with me. So today's video will be in honor of him. Miss you, man. But when I do come out here and shoot this, I do feel a connection to him. because it was still loaded from his last deer hunt. I've got that bullet sitting on my gun case in there. So let's shoot it again. I've got a fresh target set up down here. See how we do this time. Not bad. I think the sights on this could be adjusted just a little bit to the left because I'm shooting to the right, but it's got a very nice trigger. You generally wouldn't think of a muzzleloader having like a match grade type of trigger, but it's very light. I would say it's probably 3 pounds at most. Very crisp, very short. Doesn't like the smell of black powder in the morning. So in conclusion, not really a review on this gun, because I don't really know enough about it to review it, other than the fact that it's pretty accurate even with just standard lead round ball ammo. But it's a very relaxing to shoot. Any black powder that I've shot, I find it very relaxing just to come out here, kind of go through the motions. And as much as I love shooting my AKs and ARs, you know, fast, rapid pace with those, and pistols, there's just something calming about shooting black powder. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next video. I have a feeling I'll have some more black powder coming in the very near future. And another thing about black powder, I've only shot 4 or 5 rounds. Your hands get very dirty, but it's fun.